Good morning. Every one of us has a vision of a life we aspire to live, a dream we hold close, a goal that ignites our imagination. Yet for many, the journey from where we are to where we want to be feels daunting, even impossible at times. The truth is, achieving your goals isn't about raw talent or luck. It's about understanding the mechanisms of progress and using them to your advantage. It's about learning how to engage your mind, body, and actions in a coordinated effort to move forward, even when the road gets tough. Today, I'm going to share practical strategies grounded in science strategies that will help you not just pursue your goals, but achieve them with clarity, focus, and resilience. Let's start by redefining what it truly means to set a goal and, more importantly, how to make it a reality. Achieving your goals is not about relying on fleeting bursts of motivation. It's about clarity and systems. Clarity serves as your compass, pointing you in the right direction, while systems are the consistent steps you take to move toward your destination. Together, they create a framework that not only guides your actions, but also sustains your progress when motivation inevitably wanes. Motivation is a wonderful starting point, a spark that ignites your desire to pursue something meaningful. However, like any flame, it can flicker and die out when faced with challenges, distractions, or the mundane routines of daily life. Motivation may get you out of bed for a week, but it's clarity and systems that keep you moving forward for months, years, or even decades. Without these, your goals risk becoming distant wishes, floating in the realm of someday. Clarity begins with understanding what you truly want and why it matters to you. This requires reflection, honesty, and specificity. A vague goal like get healthier lacks direction. What does healthier mean? Does it involve losing weight, gaining strength, improving your mental well-being, or all three? Without clear definitions, it's impossible to measure progress or know when you've arrived. A better goal might be, I want to lose 20 pounds in 6 months by exercising 4 times a week and eating whole foods. Now you have a tangible target that can be broken down into actionable steps. Equally important is understanding your why. Why do you want to achieve this goal? Is it to feel more confident, live longer for your family, or overcome a personal challenge? A compelling reason acts as an anchor, grounding you during moments of doubt or fatigue. When obstacles arise, as they inevitably will, your why reminds you of the purpose behind your efforts and reignites your commitment. Once clarity is established, systems come into play. A system is the set of habits, routines, and strategies you build to create consistent progress. Goals are outcomes, but systems are the processes that make those outcomes possible. For example, if your goal is to write a book, the system might include setting aside 30 minutes each morning to write, no matter what. If your goal is to run a marathon, the system involves a training schedule that gradually builds your endurance over weeks and months. Systems transform lofty aspirations into manageable, repeatable actions. The beauty of systems lies in their ability to reduce reliance on willpower. Willpower is a finite resource. Each decision you make throughout the day depletes it a little more, leaving you vulnerable to temptation and distraction as the hours wear on. Systems remove much of the decision-making process by automating your behavior. If you've already decided that you'll go to the gym at 6 a.m. every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, there's no internal debate about whether to go. You simply follow the plan. Clarity and systems also work together to overcome one of the greatest barriers to achieving goals: inconsistency. It's easy to be enthusiastic at the start, but consistency is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't. Systems provide the structure to keep you on track, even when your enthusiasm wanes. They help you build momentum, turning small daily actions into powerful habits that compound over time. Moreover, systems offer flexibility. Life is unpredictable, and rigid plans often crumble under the weight of unexpected events. A well-designed system can adapt to your circumstances without derailing your progress. For instance, if your goal is to exercise regularly, your system might include both a gym routine and at-home alternatives. This way, if you can't make it to the gym, you can still get a workout done. Another advantage of systems is their ability to shift your focus from outcomes to actions. Many people get discouraged because they're fixated on results that take time to materialize. A dealer might feel disheartened after a week of effort if the scale hasn't budged. A writer might question their ability after a month of work on a first draft. But when you focus on the system eating nutritious meals or writing a certain number of words each day, you can take pride in the process, knowing that the results will follow. It's also important to periodically revisit your clarity and refine your systems. Life evolves, and so do your goals. What mattered to you a year ago may not hold the same significance today. Regular reflection allows you to adjust your direction and ensure that your systems are aligned with your current priorities. This process keeps your efforts relevant and prevents you from drifting toward goals that no longer resonate with you. In the end, clarity and systems are the foundation of sustainable achievement. They allow you to make steady progress even when motivation fades. They turn your goals into a series of actionable steps, each one bringing you closer to the life you envision. So instead of waiting for motivation to strike, take the time to clarify your goals and build systems that support them. When you do, you'll discover that success is not a matter of chance, it's a matter of design. Achieving your goals requires more than determination and hard work. It demands an understanding of how your brain works and how you can optimize it to support your efforts. Neuroplasticity, the brain's remarkable ability to adapt and rewire itself, is at the core of this process. Paired with deliberate focus, it becomes a powerful tool for growth, learning, and sustained progress. By harnessing these mechanisms, you can not only build the skills and habits needed to achieve your goals, but also maintain the mental resilience to navigate challenges along the way. Neuroplasticity operates on the principle that the brain changes in response to repeated experiences, thoughts, and behaviors. Every time you learn something new or practice a skill, your brain strengthens the neural pathways associated with that activity. The more you engage in a specific action or thought pattern, the more efficiently your brain performs it. This is both a gift and a warning. While you can use neuroplasticity to cultivate positive habits and skills, the same mechanism can reinforce unproductive behaviors if you're not intentional. To leverage neuroplasticity effectively, consistency is key. Your brain requires repeated exposure to a task or idea to solidify the associated neural connections. Imagine trying to learn a musical instrument. Picking up a guitar and strumming once a week won't lead to significant improvement. However, practicing daily, even for a short time, builds the muscle memory and mental patterns necessary for mastery. The same principle applies to any goal, whether it's developing a professional skill, improving your health, or adopting a new mindset. Regular focused practice ensures that your brain prioritizes these activities, embedding them into your routine. Focus plays a critical role in this process. While neuroplasticity enables change, focus directs where that change occurs. Your brain is bombarded with an overwhelming amount of information every day, but it can only process a fraction of it consciously. What you focus on determines what your brain perceives as important. If you want to achieve a specific goal, you need to train your brain to prioritize the behaviors and thoughts that support it. This begins with deliberate attention. Deliberate attention requires eliminating distractions and fully immersing yourself in the task at hand. In a world of constant notifications, multitasking, and endless entertainment options, this is easier said than done. However, the ability to focus deeply is a skill that can be developed. Start by creating an environment that minimizes distractions, turn off notifications, clear unnecessary clutter, and set boundaries for uninterrupted time. This not only improves your concentration, but also signals to your brain that the task is important, encouraging it to allocate resources to support your efforts. The practice of mindfulness can also enhance focus. Mindfulness involves paying full attention to the present moment, observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Regular mindfulness exercises, such as meditation or deep breathing, train your brain to sustain attention and resist distractions. Over time, this strengthens your ability to concentrate on your goals, even in the face of competing demands. Another way to harness neuroplasticity and focus is through visualization. Visualization is the practice of mentally rehearsing a desired outcome or activity. When you vividly imagine yourself achieving your goal, your brain activates many of the same neural pathways as it would during the actual experience. This primes your mind for success, increasing your confidence and motivation. For example, athletes often use visualization to mentally practice their performance, enhancing their physical execution during competition. You can apply this technique to any goal by regularly visualizing the steps you'll take and the success you'll achieve. Equally important is managing your mental and physical energy. Your brain's ability to focus is limited, and trying to sustain intense concentration for extended periods can lead to burnout. To maintain high levels of focus, schedule regular breaks to recharge. Practices such as the Pomodoro technique, which alternates focused work sessions with short breaks, can help you maintain productivity without overtaxing your brain. Additionally, prioritize sleep, nutrition, and exercise, as these are foundational to cognitive function and neuroplasticity. A well-rested and nourished brain is far more capable of learning, adapting, and focusing. One of the most underappreciated aspects of neuroplasticity is the role of effort and challenge. Your brain grows most effectively when it's pushed slightly beyond its comfort zone. This concept, often referred to as the zone of proximal development, highlights the importance of setting goals that are challenging but attainable. If a task is too easy, it won't stimulate significant growth. If it's too difficult, it may lead to frustration and disengagement. By finding the right balance, you create an environment where your brain is constantly learning and improving. Finally, it's essential to celebrate progress along the way. Neuroplasticity is heavily influenced by dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with reward and motivation. Each time you achieve a small milestone, your brain releases dopamine, reinforcing the behaviors that led to that success. By acknowledging and celebrating these moments, you create a positive feedback loop that encourages continued effort and focus. Harnessing neuroplasticity and focus is not about quick fixes or shortcuts. It's about understanding the science of how your brain works and applying it intentionally to support your goals. Through consistent effort, deliberate attention, and a willingness to embrace challenges, you can rewire your brain for success. The process may take time, but with patience and persistence, you'll discover that your potential is far greater than you ever imagined. Sustained effort is often regarded as the true measure of success in achieving long-term goals. It's one thing to start strong, to feel the excitement and drive at the beginning of a new endeavor, but it's quite another to maintain that momentum over time. The science of sustained effort reveals that it is not just about willpower or brute force. It is deeply rooted in how our brains are wired, how our bodies respond to challenges, and how we can intentionally harness both to persevere through the highs and lows of our pursuits. At the core of sustained effort is the concept of motivation, which, although crucial, is frequently misunderstood. Many people rely on motivation to push through obstacles, believing that without it, they cannot succeed. However, motivation is not a constant. It ebbs and flows based on various factors, including how rewarding the task feels, the external environment, and our psychological state. If we depend solely on motivation, we risk giving up the moment it fades, which unfortunately happens often when progress is slow or obstacles arise. The real science behind sustained effort lies in understanding and leveraging our brain's reward system, particularly the role of dopamine, a neurotransmitter that plays a crucial part in motivation, pleasure, and reinforcement of behaviors. When we accomplish something, whether big or small, our brain releases dopamine, providing a sense of satisfaction and reinforcing the actions that led to that success. This makes dopamine both a motivator and a reward, propelling us forward with the promise of more satisfaction to come. However, dopamine's effects are not linear. The anticipation of a reward releases dopamine, which drives us to work toward a goal, but once the reward is achieved, the dopamine levels dip, and we often feel a sense of emptiness or a low. This can create a cycle where the initial burst of motivation fades and the energy to keep going dwindles. Understanding this cycle allows us to take strategic steps to sustain our effort. One of the most effective ways to do this is by breaking down large goals into smaller, more manageable tasks. This doesn't just make the goal feel more attainable, it creates multiple opportunities for small wins. Each small win results in a burst of dopamine, which replenishes your motivation and provides a renewed sense of purpose. Over time, these incremental achievements accumulate, giving you the mental and emotional fuel to keep pushing forward. Another important aspect of sustained effort is the concept of self-regulation. The ability to stay on task and avoid distractions is a key component of long-term success. Self-regulation is rooted in the brain's prefrontal cortex, which governs decision-making, impulse control, and goal-directed behavior. Training your prefrontal cortex to override short-term temptations and stay focused on long-term goals is essential for maintaining effort over time. This can be done by creating an environment that minimizes distractions, setting clear goals and priorities, and using techniques like time blocking to allocate specific periods for focused work. The more you practice self-regulation, the more automatic it becomes and the less mental energy it requires, freeing you up to direct your efforts toward your goals. Rest and recovery also play a significant role in sustaining effort. While it's tempting to push through fatigue, the science of effort reveals that rest is just as important as hard work. Our brains need time to recharge, process information, and consolidate learning. Lack of rest can lead to cognitive fatigue, decreased motivation, and even burnout, all of which undermine sustained effort. In fact, the process of sleep is crucial for consolidating memories and reinforcing the neural pathways associated with learning. When we rest, we allow our brain to process and strengthen the information and skills we've worked on during the day. This is why taking breaks, getting quality sleep, and managing stress are essential to sustaining effort over the long haul. The concept of resilience also plays a key role in the science of sustained effort. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, remain focused despite adversity, and continue working toward a goal even when faced with failure or disappointment. Research has shown that resilience is not just a personality trait, but a skill that can be cultivated. The key to building resilience lies in reframing setbacks as opportunities for growth. When you encounter obstacles or experience failure, instead of viewing it as a roadblock, see it as a stepping stone that helps you learn, adapt, and improve. Embracing this mindset not only strengthens your ability to persist, but also increases your likelihood of success in the long term. Moreover, accountability is another factor that plays into the science of sustained effort. When we have someone to answer to, whether it's a mentor, a colleague, or even a friend, we are more likely to stay on track. The simple act of sharing your goals and progress with someone else creates a sense of responsibility and increases your commitment. This external accountability works in conjunction with internal motivation, creating a dual system that helps maintain effort through both social and personal reinforcement. In addition, it's essential to understand that sustaining effort is not about going at full speed all the time. It's about pacing yourself and knowing when to speed up or slow down. Sustainable effort is not a sprint, but a marathon. By incorporating regular intervals of rest, reflection, and course correction, you give yourself the best chance of continuing your journey toward your goals, regardless of how long it takes. Ultimately, the science of sustained effort is about understanding the biological, psychological, and behavioral mechanisms that drive our actions. It's about managing motivation through small wins, leveraging the brain's reward system, and building resilience and self-regulation. With the right approach, sustained effort can become not just a means to an end, but a lasting habit that supports you in achieving your goals and continuing to grow long after you've reached them. In conclusion, achieving your goals is not merely a matter of having a vision or a burst of initial enthusiasm. It's about creating the right foundation of clarity and systems, harnessing the power of neuroplasticity and focus, and understanding the science behind sustained effort. Each of these elements plays a critical role in transforming your aspirations into reality. When you define your goals with precision and build a system to support them, you remove the reliance on fleeting motivation and replace it with consistent, actionable steps. By focusing on deliberate practice and leveraging the brain's ability to adapt, you can rewire your mindset and behaviors to keep moving forward, no matter the obstacles. And when motivation falters, it is your understanding of the neuroscience behind sustained effort reward systems, resilience, and the power of small wins that will fuel your perseverance. Remember, success is not a singular event, but a continuous process of growth and learning. It requires discipline, patience, and the courage to keep pushing even when progress feels slow. Stay committed to your systems, refine your focus, and embrace the journey, because every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. So as you leave here today, I encourage you to take action. Be clear about what you want, build the systems that will take you there, and trust in the process of sustained effort. The power to achieve your goals lies within you. It's time to unlock it and make it happen.